Hey guys, welcome to another Honkai Impact 3 video. Today, I'm going to talk about the Herrscher of Rebirth and whether or not you should pull for her. So the short answer is probably, but it kind of depends on like how many crystals you have right now and what your goals for the game are, as well as what Valkyries you already currently have. So let's get started. The biggest factor in determining if you want to pull for Herrscher of Rebirth or not would definitely be on if you have Herrscher of Sentience. If you have a full gear Herrscher of Sentience, she performs actually still pretty well compared to Herrscher of Rebirth. Although considerably worse than a full gear Herrscher of Rebirth. Probably should mention that. Thing about Herrscher of Sentience is that you can probably still use her in Red Lotus teams and below, or in the top 2 percentile of Memorial Arena, and still do pretty well. Really, Herrscher of Rebirth is for people that want to like accelerate their physical teams to a higher degree, right? So if you want to be like the 0.2 percentile in Memorial Arena, or you want to maintain Nirvana, then Herrscher of Rebirth is basically a must pull for any of you guys. For everyone else who's just kind of like casual competitive, like, you kind of know your limits, but you want to get like pretty high, you can probably get away with skipping Herrscher of Rebirth and maintaining Red Lotus at least. However, I still do think that all players should roll for Herrscher of Rebirth, even if you have Sentience. But you can put it off for now, at least. If you want to save up for Serene's weapon in 6.9, then, now could be a good time to put it off, because Rebirth will likely return in 7.0 for the anniversary, since Hoyoverse likes to do like a cycle type of expansion and focus supply in anniversaries where you can choose what Valk to roll for. And Rebirth will like 99.9% make a return on 7.0. Plus, there isn't really any like actual special deals that should like incentivize you to roll right now. I'd say that the only real reason to roll right now is if you want like Dreamweaver's outfit, or if you want more sticks that you're missing, or any weapon you're missing. Elf parts are also really good since you get up to 100 elf parts from this. Otherwise, though, if you're not really interested in any of this, or even like the 6 free supply cards, then you can probably just put it off and wait until 7.0 and guarantee yourself series weapon in 6.9. However, my personal opinion is that if you're gonna roll for Rebirth no matter what, like at some point in the future, it's probably better now, because the starting event is like really good, right? I mean, a lot of people are probably missing like stigmatas from the past that are really good. For example, Turgenev, where is it? Turgenev is like the ultimate support stigmata for elemental teams. A lot of people still use this, Eden, Chrono Navi, alt set, right? Or like in Memorial Arena, you're gonna put this on like anyone for like fast rotations, right? Like this is a crazy good set, and the collector's card could definitely be worth it for anyone who needs those stigmatas. So my personal opinion is that if you have enough crystals right now, just go for it. There might be a spending event in 7.0, but it's better to roll on like certainties than speculation, right? We're not sure there's actually going to be a spending event in 7.0, but there definitely is one right now. So, there could be a lot of value in rolling right now. However, I do think that if you're unable to get at least Herrscher of Rebirth's weapon, then you should not roll for her. I think without her weapon, she actually is not like that far ahead, if not probably worse than the Herrscher Sentience full gear. Now, if you're able to get her weapon and you have Herrscher Sentience full gear, you can put the Shattered Sword set on Herrscher of Rebirth, and that'll be very effective. I think for most players, even players like in like Nirvana, right? They can probably get away with like 2 of her stigmatas. So I have M and B. The B is the most important stigmata. If you have TM, I'm really sorry. You should probably pull for a B as well. But if you have MB or TB, you can probably stop pulling there and just use substitutes. So, for example, if you're missing T, you can use Tesla T, or for DPS, you can use the Syrian T. And if you're missing M, you can probably just use like May Beach Party M, or like any other physical support, stigmata in the middle. But you can probably get away with 2 stigmatas. You cannot skip her weapon, I feel like. I know there's like cope options like the Acheron. I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it. Path to Acheron. It's kind of cope though. I really think you want her weapon, and the main thing is that her SP cost is you get SP from the weapon, and any weapon that gives you SP is going to be really good, right? So you definitely want her weapon at least. I think you should probably wait till 7.0 if you cannot roll for her right now and guarantee that you get her weapon. Now, a big part of rolling for Valkyries for me is actually on how fun they are. I am a pretty big meta slave, but I do want my Valkyries to actually be fun. Except for, I'm also like really hot though. I do have a Ponya, admittedly, but here I have a Dreamweaver team. Keep in mind, I'm missing the top stigmata on her, so I'm not like at a very high potential for her. But I think I can kind of showcase her gameplay by talking over what I'm doing and also how she works. I think she's really unique in the fact that she's basically 2 Valkyries in one, since she's both a DPS and a support. So her main gameplay kind of revolves around farming SP at the start, and then doing what's called a joint combo attack, and then we just do, you know, usual Prometheus things. And then she has 2 different ults. She has an ult for her support form, and then ult for her DPS form. And then her weapon, active during her ultimate, procs a QTE. And this is where she gives Impair and Defense Shred. So very similar to the Herrscher of Sentience, but just a lot more tuned up, to say the least. So that's kind of her main gameplay for support. And then after that, her next rotation, you do a QTE into another combo attack like that, right? And that's basically her main gameplay for support. Okay, now here is some DPS gameplay from Sele. Basically, she has this unique passive where you can turn on and off this switch. This switch basically determines what form you're in when you start the battle. So if it's on, you're going to be a support, and if it's off, you'll be a DPS. So let's start. I have Sentience Prometheus as my supports, but you can also change that Sentience for Grisey or Carol. Or not Carol. I keep saying Carol, sorry. But it's very linear gameplay. Basically, you just proc Sentience QTE, Prometheus ult to skill, and then ultimate on Sentience. And then here in DPS form, you'll see that my ultimate is a lot cheaper than her support form. But we're gonna start with the ultimate, and then use weapon skill. And this is where basically most of your damage comes from, through your weapon. And then you auto attack until you get your full meter, and then we do a joint combo attack. And that's her full combo right there. It's very straightforward, very linear. Now the great thing about Rebirth is that her DPS is actually very good. In fact, at S0 with full gear, she's actually stronger than SSS full gear Miss Pink Elf. Basically, she is the strongest sidekick physical DPS right now. So she's gonna replace, you know, the Molotov Cherry. She's gonna replace Miss Pink Elf as the best psychic physical DPS. Obviously, her main role is going to be the backbone of all physical teams, though. She's going to be the best physical support and the best physical psychic DPS. In conclusion, if you're a whale, you're going to pull for her anyways. What am I saying? If you're a dolphin or you're a veteran and you already have Herrscher Sentience full gear, she's not a must pull. She's really just an upgrade, you know. She's like an extra 30 points on your Abyss score, right? Like, I mean, she's gonna be really good, but not like game-changing, at least if you already have Herrscher Sentience. For new players, 1000% recommend, okay? I really think you should roll for her because not only is she the best physical support, but she will also probably be your best physical DPS for a long time. And not to mention that since when you're a new player, you know, you don't have every Valk available to you. She's just so strong, even compared to Miss Pink Elf. She's so strong, and so you definitely want her. And if you can't even like get her full gear, her weapon plus like the Serene for DPS, it's still a really good combo. So yeah, that's really the end of the video. If you liked it, please leave a like. Please subscribe as well. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers, and this has been like my dream for a long time. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. See you guys next time.